Luna sighed as she locked up her small art gallery for the night. At 29, she had achieved her dream of owning her own business, showcasing local artists, but the reality was far less glamorous than she had imagined. Long hours, tight finances, and a dwindling social life were taking their toll. As she walked to her car in the fading summer twilight, Luna felt a familiar ache of loneliness. It had been over a year since her messy breakup with Alex. At 31, he had seemed so worldly and mature when they first started dating in college. But as Luna grew into her own, she realized how stifling and controlling Alex had become. The final straw was catching him in bed with one of her closest friends. Now Luna struggled to trust anyone enough to let them get close. Lost in thought, Luna almost didn't notice the sleek silver Audi that came to a smooth stop beside her. The passenger window rolled down, revealing a distinguished-looking older man with salt and pepper hair and kind green eyes. "Excuse me, miss. I seem to have gotten turned around. Could you perhaps point me in the direction of the Meridian Hotel?" Luna found herself drawn in by his warm smile and rich baritone voice. "Oh, sure. You're actually not far off. Just take a right at the next light, go 3 blocks and you'll see it on your left." "Thank you so much. I'm afraid my sense of direction isn't what it used to be," he chuckled self-deprecatingly. "I don't suppose you'd be willing to hop in and show me the way? I'd hate to get lost again, and I'd be happy to treat you to dinner as thanks." Luna hesitated. Every instinct told her not to get in a car with a strange man, and yet there was something so genuinely kind about him. Before she could overthink it, Luna heard herself saying, "You know what? Why not? I could use a nice dinner out for a change." As she slid into the buttery leather passenger seat, the man extended his hand. "I'm Henry, by the way. Pleasure to meet you." "Luna," she supplied, noting the strength of his handshake and the way his eyes crinkled warmly at the corners. Over the next 2 hours, Luna found herself utterly charmed by Henry's wit, intelligence, and easy manner. She learned he was 58, a widower, and a successful architect in town for a big project. For his part, Henry seemed genuinely fascinated by Luna's passion for art and her entrepreneurial spirit. As they lingered over dessert, Luna felt a spark of attraction she hadn't experienced in years. Henry's maturity and self-assurance were magnetic. When their hands brushed, reaching for the check, Luna felt a jolt of electricity. "Well, Luna, I can't thank you enough for rescuing this hopeless out-of-towner," Henry said as they exited the restaurant. "I don't suppose I could interest you in a nightcap at the hotel bar. I'm not quite ready for this delightful evening to end." Luna knew she should politely decline and go home, but the thought of returning to her empty apartment held no appeal. "You know what? A nightcap sounds lovely." One drink turned into 3 as Luna and Henry continued their effortless conversation. She found herself opening up about her fears and insecurities in a way she never had before. Henry listened with genuine interest, offering gentle words of encouragement and support. As the bar began to empty, Henry suggested they move their conversation up to his suite, where they could talk more privately. A voice in the back of Luna's mind warned her this was a bad idea, but the chemistry between them was undeniable, and Luna found herself craving Henry's closeness. The moment the door closed behind them, the energy shifted palpably. Henry's eyes darkened with desire as he slowly closed the distance between them. "Luna," he murmured, "I find myself unbelievably drawn to you. May I kiss you?" Luna's breath caught in her throat as she nodded. Henry's lips met hers in a kiss that started gentle but quickly deepened with barely restrained passion. Luna melted into his strong embrace, all thoughts of propriety forgotten as desire consumed her. What followed was the most intense and sensual night of Luna's life. Henry's experience was evident in the way he skillfully coaxed pleasure from her body, again and again. But it was more than just physical. Luna felt seen and cherished in a way she never had before. As dawn broke, Luna lay contentedly in Henry's arms, her head pillowed on his broad chest. Part of her wanted to stay in this blissful bubble forever, but reality was already starting to intrude. "Henry," she began hesitantly. "Last night was incredible, but where do we go from here? You live in another city, and the age difference." Henry silenced her with a tender kiss. "Luna, darling, I know there are obstacles, but I haven't felt this alive in years. Whatever this is between us, I want to explore it. We'll figure out the details together." And so began a whirlwind romance that defied all of Luna's expectations. Henry extended his stay in town, and they spent every possible moment together. Luna rediscovered parts of herself she thought were lost: her sensuality, her playfulness, her zest for life. For the first time, Luna felt truly appreciated for who she was. Henry encouraged her artistic pursuits and offered sage business advice. He made her feel beautiful and desirable, erasing the lingering insecurities from her past relationship. Their passionate encounters left Luna breathless and yearning for more. Henry's skilled touches and creative mind introduced her to new realms of pleasure she had never imagined. But it was the emotional intimacy that truly captivated Luna. She found herself sharing her deepest hopes and fears, feeling completely safe and accepted. Of course, their relationship wasn't without complications. Luna struggled with the judgment she perceived from others when they were out together. She saw the sidelong glances and heard the whispered comments about Henry being old enough to be her father. Henry's grown children were less than thrilled to learn their father was dating a woman younger than them. His daughter Emma was particularly vocal in her disapproval, accusing Luna of being a gold digger only interested in Henry's money. Luna's friends and family had concerns of their own. Her mother worried Henry would break her heart, while her best friend Zoe questioned his motives. "Are you sure he's not just having a midlife crisis?" Zoe asked during a girls' night out. "Men his age who date younger women are usually just trying to recapture their youth." The constant need to defend their relationship began to wear on Luna. She found herself pulling away from friends and family, preferring to spend time alone with Henry in their private bubble. For his part, Henry did his best to reassure Luna and shield her from negativity. He was endlessly patient when she expressed her doubts, always finding the right words to soothe her fears. "My darling," he would say, cradling her face in his hands, "what we have is rare and precious. Don't let small minds diminish our joy." As weeks turned to months, Luna and Henry settled into a rhythm. Henry split his time between his home city and Luna's, and they made the most of every moment together. Luna's gallery began to thrive thanks to Henry's business connections and her renewed creative energy. Their physical connection only grew stronger with time. Luna never tired of exploring Henry's body, marveling at how he could make her feel so cherished and desired. Their lovemaking ranged from tender and sweet to passionate and wild, but it was always deeply satisfying. Yet as their first anniversary approached, Luna found herself growing restless. She loved Henry deeply, but doubts began to creep in. Was she missing out on experiences with someone her own age? Would Henry eventually grow bored with her? Could they really build a life together with such different life stages? These fears came to a head when Luna attended a friend's wedding without Henry, who was away on business. As she watched the young couple exchange vows, Luna was struck by a profound sense of loss. Would she ever have that kind of future with Henry? Did she even want children and marriage? Or had she just assumed that was her path? The handsome best man, closer to Luna's age, flirted with her all night. Luna found herself enjoying the attention and easy conversation. For a brief moment as they danced, Luna allowed herself to imagine a simpler life with someone like him. No judgmental looks, no complex family dynamics, just two young people starting out together. Guilt and confusion plagued Luna in the days that followed. She threw herself into work, avoiding Henry's calls and texts. When he finally cornered her at the gallery, concern etched on his face, Luna broke down. Through tears, she confessed her fears and doubts, the crushing weight of others' judgment, her uncertainty about the future, the temptation she'd felt at the wedding. Luna expected anger or hurt, but Henry's response shocked her. He gathered her in his arms, holding her close as she cried. When her sobs subsided, Henry spoke softly. "Luna, my love, I understand your fears because I've had many of the same ones. The truth is, I don't know what the future holds for us, but I do know that loving you has brought me more joy than I ever thought possible at this stage of my life. Henry continued, his voice thick with emotion. If being with me is holding you back from the life you truly want, I care for you enough to let you go. But if you're willing to fight for us, to face the challenges together, then I promise to stand by your side every step of the way. Luna's heart swelled with love and gratitude. She realized in that moment that her doubts stemmed more from external pressures than her own true feelings. Yes, their relationship was unconventional, but the deep bond and understanding they shared was worth fighting for. With renewed commitment, Luna and Henry entered the next phase of their relationship. They began couples counselling to work through their fears and improve communication. Luna set firm boundaries with friends and family who couldn't accept their relationship, while Henry had frank discussions with his children about his right to find happiness. Gradually, those closest to them came to see the genuine love and respect between Luna and Henry. Emma even apologised to Luna, admitting she had misjudged their relationship out of her own insecurities. As Luna's 31st birthday approached, Henry surprised her with a romantic getaway to the coast. They spent lazy days exploring quaint seaside towns and long nights tangled in each other's arms. On their last evening, Henry presented Luna with a delicate silver locket. Inside was a photo of them laughing together, eyes shining with joy. Engraved on the back were the words, "Two hearts, one soul." Luna's eyes filled with happy tears as Henry fastened it around her neck. "This isn't a proposal," Henry explained. "I know you're not ready for that, and honestly, I'm not sure I'll ever want to remarry, but I want you to have a tangible reminder of my love and commitment to you, whatever the future may hold." Luna's heart overflowed with emotion as she pulled Henry in for a deep, passionate kiss. As clothes were shed and hands roamed familiar territory, Luna revelled in the knowledge that she had found a once-in-a-lifetime love. Their lovemaking that night was slow and tender, a reaffirmation of their bond. Luna savoured every touch, every whispered endearment. As they lay tangled together in the afterglow, Luna traced lazy patterns on Henry's chest. "What are you thinking, my dear?" Henry asked, pressing a kiss to her temple. Luna propped herself up on one elbow, gazing into the eyes of the man who had changed her life in so many ways. "I'm thinking about how grateful I am that you got lost that night," she said with a soft smile, "and how I never want to be found by anyone else." Henry's answering smile was radiant as he pulled her in for another searing kiss. As passion reignited between them, Luna sent up a silent prayer of thanks for the unexpected love that had given her life new meaning. In the years that followed, Luna and Henry's relationship continued to evolve and deepen. They faced their share of challenges, health scares, career setbacks, family drama, but through it all, their love remained a steadfast anchor. Luna's art gallery became a thriving success, showcasing up-and-coming artists from around the world. Henry semi-retired from his architectural firm, taking on passion projects and mentoring young designers. They split their time between the city and a cosy cottage on the coast, creating a life filled with love, laughter, and creative pursuits. Though they never married in the traditional sense, Luna and Henry held a private commitment ceremony on their 5th anniversary. Surrounded by their closest friends and supportive family members, they exchanged heartfelt vows and affirmed their dedication to one another. As Luna approached her late 30s and Henry his mid-60s, they had many conversations about the future. They decided against having children together, but Henry doted on Luna's young nieces and nephews. Luna, in turn, developed close relationships with Henry's adult children and grandchildren. Their physical intimacy evolved as they aged, but never diminished. They explored new ways to connect and pleasure each other, keeping the spark of passion alive. Luna loved Henry's distinguished silver hair and laugh lines, finding him more attractive with each passing year. There were still moments of insecurity and doubt. Luna sometimes worried about Henry's health or how she would cope when he was gone. Henry occasionally felt guilty for robbing Luna, of a more conventional life. But they faced these fears together, with honesty and compassion. On quiet evenings, Luna would often find Henry gazing at her with a look of wonder. "What are you thinking?" she'd ask with a fond smile. Henry would gather her close, pressing a tender kiss to her forehead. "I'm thinking how lucky I am that I took a wrong turn that night," he'd reply, "and found the great love of my life when I least expected it." And Luna, secure in the knowledge that she had found her soulmate against all odds, would snuggle deeper into his embrace. Their love story might not fit society's conventional mold, but it was theirs. Passionate, complex, and enduring. A once-in-a-lifetime connection that had only grown stronger with each passing year.